Chargers have wrapped up the AFC West for the second time in 3 years, and now they want to wrap up a home field advantage throughout the entire playoffs in the AFC. Hey, how are you? Jason Horowitz and NFL.com's Pat Kerwin with you on the VSiN NFL Preview exclusively on CBS Sportsline. And Pat, one of the two losses the Chargers have on the season came at the hands of the Kansas City Chiefs. And let's take a look at how it happened there. You know, it was Damon Ewert, it wasn't Trent Green, but I think the biggest key here is they shut down the Chargers' running attack. Just 97 yards on the ground, and then, of course, the Chargers had 3 turnovers. What can the Chiefs do? Because this is a must-win game for Kansas City. Otherwise, they're completely out of the playoffs. What do they do here?
Well, I'll be a little sarcastic. The thing they'd like to do is invite the Chargers back to their place, because this is an away game. And when the Chiefs go on the road, bad things happen to the Kansas City Chiefs. They haven't put their finger on it. I talk to Herm about it all the time. They haven't figured it out yet. It's got to get solved. I don't think there's much they can do. The Chargers are completely on fire, a well-balanced football team. I hope no one's making a case to come back to Damon Ewert. You're right, though. No one's beaten the Chargers since the last time the Chiefs did it. I think there's so many things going on. When you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, they're going. First problem, red zone. The San Diego Chargers, #1 in the red zone. They've been in there 55 times, 39 touchdowns, 14 field goals. They've only missed scoring 2 of 55 trips in the red zone. A lot of problems for a defense that has some problems in their underpinnings right now if you study what's going on with the Kansas City D.
That's very good math, by the way, out of you on that seat. I'm very impressed with that. It was quick. You're usually a little slower on the mat. That was very good. Oh. All right, let's go to something else here. And you talked about touchdowns in the red zone. Nobody gets them more than LaDainian Tomlinson, folks. And last week he broke the record for most touchdowns in a single season, and he did it in 13 games. But what you're looking at here is the last 20 games comparing Larry Johnson and LaDainian Tomlinson. Now, in the last 20 games, LJ has 500 more yards. But Tomlinson has more touchdowns. And obviously that's what gets you on the board and gets you in the points and gets you the victories. Tomlinson, is he more, I guess my question on this, Pat, is Tomlinson more valuable to his team than Larry Johnson is to the Chiefs?
No, he's not more valuable. Obviously, as LJ goes, so go the Chiefs. The problem is the Chiefs can't win as many games as the Chargers, so we could make a case that one guy's value is different. Here's a point that people have to understand. LaDainian has scored 26 touchdowns. How impressive is that number to me? That's more touchdowns on the ground than Larry Johnson, the great Larry Johnson, Tiki Barber, Tatum Bell, and the great Steven Jackson combined. Now, those guys have had about 1,000 carries and don't have as many touchdowns as this kid has in 285 carries. Another piece of good math that I'm just trying to prove to Jason I know.
Well, those are, and the other part about those touchdowns, they're not all within 3 yards. He's got a lot of touchdowns from outside the 10-yard line.
You know, when you factor in LaDainian's rushing touchdowns, receiving touchdowns, and throwing touchdowns, you got 31 touchdowns. He's not the most valuable player. He might be on the verge of the most impressive season in the history of the game, period.
All right. Chiefs away from Arrowhead. You don't like them away from Arrowhead.
I do not.
You like the Chargers to win.
I like the Chargers to win this football game. And I just, as Jason started this segment with, they're trying for home field advantage for the whole playoffs. They know Baltimore's breathing down their throat, 2 back in the 3 slot, but with a win over them. So they've got to play hard to the end.
All right. We may be looking at a LaDainian Tomlinson, Chicago Bear defense Super Bowl in Miami. Of course, that'll be on CBS. This game, however, 8:15 p.m. Eastern. It's the Sunday Nighter, Chiefs and Chargers. And for more on this one or any other in Week 15, be sure to stay with CBS Sportsline. And Pat Kerwin, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care.